Okay. Another week, another One Piece video. You know how it is, you know how I do. I've been doing this for almost a year now. You should know what we do by now. Last week, basically was an introduction to all the models of Vegapunk, including a Daft Punk look-alike guy, which seems to be like the main Vegapunk, or at least that's what I think it is. That's really the whole chat. Oh, also, there was a Jinbei Seraphim who had Senor Pink's Devil Fruit ability. But enough of that. Let's get into this chapter. I saw this chapter title at work, and I could not wait to get home. Chapter 1066, The Will of Ohara. What could that mean? Let's find out, shall we? Remember, if you like these chapter readings, these reactions, like and subscribe, and maybe leave a comment saying what your favorite part of the chapter was. Maybe that could be kind of cool. Alright, let's get into this chapter. Chapter 1066, The Will of Ohara. Let's see the cover story. Last time we saw the cover story, it was Aokiji and who else was it? Augur of the Blackbeard Pirates, or sorry, Kuzan in Augur of the Blackbeard Pirates, having kidnapped Pudding. And it looks like we're getting a shot of Germa 66 returning to the ships they have, the snail ships. With Caesar, I forgot Caesar's with them too. Germa 66's Cold-Blooded Voyage, Volume 23, returning to Germa with company, that being Caesar. Alright, let's get into this chapter. By Ichiro at 1060. A shock to the whole crew. Oh yeah, and this island is on top of the island of the past. I forgot to mention that. What are you saying? A futuristic city like this existed in the distant past? This is just conjecture. I once knew a passionate archaeologist who was willing to risk his life to shed light on a certain ancient kingdom. Not only that, but at a certain site, machinery was excavated that dated back to the same era as the kingdom. Oh, Robins? Okay. Are you saying that machinery was created during the Void Century? You tell me. You know something about this, Robin? No doubt it's a painful memory, but 22 years ago, your home of Ohara was eradicated by a buster call. I think that happened because Ohara uncovered the details of that kingdom's existence. Are we getting information on it? Are we getting information on it? Are we getting information on it? Are we learning what the Void Century was? I believe the history of the Void Century is the history of a conflict, one between an alliance of 20 nations and this forgotten advanced kingdom. The victorious 20 went on to form the world government and shape history as we know it. And to ensure that the ideas of the ancient kingdom wouldn't live on, they erased every trace of it from history. What? That's crazy. What? Is this for real? Frank's just laughing. Whoa! What an epic and romantic tale. Hang on, Vegapunk. You mean everyone who knows about this gets eliminated? Indeed. Then why didn't you tell us? I cannot hear it. Oh! Oh, that's why they're coming to kill Vegapunk. Because they know he knows. Usopp's just slamming his head into the ground. Come on, Brain. Forget you didn't hear anything. Like I said, this is just conjecture. So tell me, Nico Robin, if I am right, and that discovery is why Ohara was wiped out, then wouldn't the government's actions be tantamount to a confirmation? Why are you asking about this? The scholars did devise a theory after all their extensive research. But wouldn't someone as high up in the government as you know about it already? I'm afraid government affiliation makes no difference. I'm kept in the dark like everybody else. Even bringing this topic up to them would result in my immediate erasure. Then stop telling us. This is just torture. Let us out of here. If that's true, how could you know they were researching that kingdom? All the books and materials were on Ohara, and they were... The will of Ohara lives on. Okay. That day shocked the world. In a single night, Ohara, the island renowned for its love of knowledge, was wiped out, save for one little girl, Nico Robin, the devil child. The scholars were labeled devils, dissidents who plotted to overthrow the government. A few months after the incident, I paid a visit of my own to the scorched earth of O'Hara. I was acquainted with Professor Clover, the foremost authority on archaeology. I figured I should at least leave some flowers for him. You knew Professor Clover? Oh, his obsession with the Void Century fueled his adventurous lifestyle, searching for relevant texts the world over. The Marines incarcerated him on at least 10 occasions. By the time he settled down, he was the world's most famous archaeologist. Over time, countless scholars were drawn to him, and they all flocked to O'Hara. It truly became the holy land of archaeology. Unfortunately, the aftermath of those talented minds coming together would prove tragic. When I stepped foot on O'Hara, even the Tree of Knowledge had been burned to cinders. I was speechless when I saw it. Okay, I'm just going to predict where this goes right now. He's going to find Saul, Jaguar D. Saul, and because of the fires, the ice that Aokiji, put him in, it melted and Saul's perfectly fine. That's what I'm predicting right now. I haven't, if I am right and it's on this page, I haven't scrolled to the bottom of the page. That's why. But the lake at the center of the island had been filled with an unbelievable number of books. What in the world? I could only assume that it was the work of the scholars. They must have dedicated their final moments to ensuring that the future had access to their treasure troves of knowledge. Did Vegapunk... Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I just saw this, too. Vegapunk... I'm guessing the Daft Punk guy isn't the main Vegapunk, because this dude, this silhouette that we're seeing, has a long neck. Or maybe that's his forehead for his ginormous brain. But it's full of hair, and it is long. His body's right here, and this is his head. Okay. So Vegapunk has the books? If Marines did discover any books, they were apparently too ignorant to understand their value and left them be. O'Hara had triumphed over them. When I realized that, I couldn't stop myself from crying. Please take... Oh, we're getting a flashback back to Robin's past. Robin's crying. Please take care of Robin. Make sure she escapes the island. And there's her mom, Olivia. I still have a duty to see to here. Molly, I don't want to leave you. Let me stay too. Save the books. Get the reference materials out of the library. Robin, history is our greatest treasure. It must be preserved. We can't just give up on your future. Molly, be proud, Robin. Your mom is an honorable woman. O'Hara stood up to the world. Robin's just sobbing in present time. You helmet-wearing bastard. How dare you make Robin cry. That's it, Vegapunk. You better release these shoes, Vegapunk. It's just as you said. They came to the same conclusions about the kingdom before the incident. I see, so it's all true. Where are the books from the lake now? I really wanted to take them back to Punk Hazard, but I knew if the top brass ever caught wind, it would all be over. So instead, they were taken by the people I saw that day. O'Hara, West Blue, 22 years ago. A few months after the Buster Call incident. Someone else is visiting the debris. Giants? Alright, let's pull them up. Who are they? What should I do? Do they have any important... Oh wait, is that that's Vegapunk's face? Who are they? What should I do? Do they have any idea how important those books are? It's been a while, Vegapunk. As usual, that head of yours makes you stand out. Is that you? Dragon? What are you doing here? That's my line. Your head definitely looks like it's gotten a good bit bigger. Okay, yeah, that's what... It is his head. This is the main Vegapunk. His head is ginormous. I knew Old Man Clover. You too? I know he was once a bit of a hooligan roaming the seas, but all that nonsense about him trying to destroy the world is blatant propaganda. Monkey D. Dragon, head of the Freedom Fighters, 33 years old. Dr. Vegapunk, head of Punk Hazard, laboratory, 43 years old. Are you worried about the giants? They're not scavengers. I had a word with them just now. It seems they're from Elbaf, and they're fully aware of the value of those books. Their captain was a strange giant wrapped from head to toe in bandages. He said O'Hara sacrificed itself for those treasures, and he couldn't let them be erased from history. After seeing a government lackey like you lurking about, I'm glad they're here to scoop them up and keep them safe. Hey, you know I'd never. You passed on joining the Freedom Fight. Vegapunk was gonna be a revolutionary? Okay. You passed on joining the Freedom Fighters a while ago, but it still made me sick to hear about you becoming one of their lapdogs. Don't be stupid. Your ragtag operation was always too poor. What good are my skills and intellect if I can't actually build anything? I know. You're as blunt as ever. Oh, I love seeing Dragon. I love seeing him do stuff. The world government is an insanely huge organization. I don't know how I feel about Vegapunk's actual design. I like the Daft Punk guy more. The world government is an insanely huge organization. There are plenty of decent people on the inside that can be reasoned with, especially in the Navy. Don't lose sight of the end goal, Dragon. I get it. But I can't just sit back after this. It's too damn much. Those harmless scholars were brutally snuffed out just for questioning their authority. It's a farce. I'm going to raise an army that can fight them head on. I thought you hated war. Just watch, Vegapunk. I'll change the world. The will of O'Hara won't die with Clover. And within okay, we're done with the flashback. That was a cool flashback. I noticed Dragon doesn't have his scar yet. I wonder how he got that. And within a year, he, Emporio, Ivankov, and Bartholomew Kuma founded the Revolutionary Army, which continues to shake the world to this day. Wow, Luffy's dad sounds intense. Did you say Elbaf? Professor Clover's fate motivated Dragon? My head's gonna blow. Why did Kuma help us? And why did you modify him so much, Vegapunk? Eva, that bastard was one of the founding members of the Revolutionaries? No! The books from O'Hara certainly couldn't be left to be found by the government, but my curiosity compelled me to make a discreet trip to Elbaf where the books were taken, and they allowed me to read each and every one of them. In other words, I took everything O'Hara uncovered about the world's secrets and memorized it. It's all in my head, and I've continued the research. The giant captain, he's called Saul, isn't he? Saul's alive. I know Robin's so happy right now. I can't wait for that meeting now, because he's in hiding now, so I can't confirm anything. And Robin just has the most tearful smile I've seen on her face. Oh my god. Thank you, Dr. Vegapunk. Thank you for not letting O'Hara's sacrifice be in vain. I try to help progress every field of thought possible. It's my nature as a scholar. What? Whoa, these shoes are moving on their own. I can't release you just yet. Follow me. There's something I want to show you. Okay. Now we're done with that. Junkyard, Egghead's fabrication stratum. Chopper, there's no way to get in. Oh, it must be the type that moves on its own. Luffy and Chopper with the giant armor. Move, Robo. Does it need a special command? Maybe we just gotta say its name. Move, Robo Nosuke. Move, Robo King. You guys are such kid. Ain't no way it's moving. It moved? What? The robot's gonna blow. Save me, Quasar? No good, another debacle. Somebody, please save me, Quasar. Perhaps space-time bent mid-warp? What the? There's a guy like Kinemon? I've got you. I'm sinking. Sorry. It's him. Much obliged. You're Dragon's boy, right? I knew you'd come. Oh my, Bonnie. Dear me, you sure have gotten big. This looks like Vegapunk. It's splendid to see you so full of vigor. Vegapunk! You can float too, you know. Those Dom shoes you're wearing have a nifty hover function. What? See here? Press the button on the side, grab the lever, Give it a big old push. Like this. Gadzooks! We've flown too far. Wah! Yeah! Save us, Quasar. Dr. Vegapunk, the man with the biggest brain in the world, leader of the Navy's SS-6, or SSG, Special Science Group. Yeah, this is definitely an Oda design. He has an apple on the top of his head. His tongue's all sticking out. He looks like a weird caricature of Albert Einstein. And then the chapter's over. No break next week, thankfully. Man, this chapter just made me feel so good for Robin. Saul's alive. Now there's at least one other person that knows all the secrets. That's my most anticipated reunion in One Piece now. There's other reunions or meetings that I'd like to see, like, you know, Luffy with Shanks, Usopp with Yasopp, Zoro with Mihawk, because you know that's going to end up in a huge fight that's going to go down in the books. Brook with Laboon. But now Robin and Saul, when we thought Saul was dead for, when did Enies Lobby come out? Like 15 years ago? That just makes me feel so good. Oh, this arc is so good. I love this arc already, man. Saul's alive. I called it. What did I say? What did I say at the beginning of this video? Oh, man. How? It's probably the fire melting the ice, like I said. But there's probably going to be an explanation later on how he survived. But that is the happiest I've seen Robin. Oh my god. Robin's my favorite character, man. Man, that made me like well up. That's the term, right? Well up a little. Man. Okay, if that's the... Now I'm thinking Saul is like a giant commander of the revolutionaries. He's like giving the world information, or giving the revolutionaries information based on the world, perhaps. That's what I think. He's part of the revolutionaries. He has to be. Because what else would he be doing? The Navy thinks he's dead. He's on Elbaf. The Navy doesn't go to Elbaf, I'm pretty sure. I think that's one of the things that they do. Vegapunk does look a little goofy, but, you know, I don't know what else I was expecting him to be. Does his head just grow or shrink? Why is there an apple on top of the head? On top of his head in modern times, but in 22 years ago, his head was just like 20 feet tall or something like that. I'm guessing because he split his brain up into the other 6 Vegapunks, the other 6 punks, that his brain shrunk, so he had to put a cap on it. I don't know. Well, whatever it is, it's just a goofy design by Oda, and I love it. Now, excuse me, I'm gonna end this video here. I hope you guys liked this reaction. I love this chapter. This chapter was good from start to finish. But, I'm still so happy for Robin. Alright, I'm ending this video here. Like I said in the beginning, let me know what you liked about this chapter in the comments. What you think about what's gonna happen, because there's a lot of information in this chapter. There's a lot of information in this chapter, and it could change the rest of the story. Like, normally it does change the rest of the story, but this chapter is just something else. Ever since the 1 month break Oda took, every chapter has been peak. There has not been a single miss in a chapter. I hope I don't jinx myself, and next week is gonna be like, you know, the whole crew dies except for Usopp. And he can only revive them if he cuts off his nose. I don't know why that's the first thing I thought of. I love Usopp. Anyway, ending this video. Ending it now. I hope you have a nice day, nice night, nice afternoon. See ya. Bye.